Um, I wanted to go over the rubric for the sustained investigation. And I know we've already done our first sustained investigation assignment, or at least we should have. I've not shown it to you prior to now because I really think that to be successful, um, the rubric's not it's not going to be your go-to. The process that we've gone through in developing ideas and the process that we're going to go through in refining and experimenting with those ideas is really what you should continue to focus on. But I do think it's only fair that you see how you're going to be graded. So it is located in your class's Google Drive, copy of APSI rubric. And here it is. The good news is a lot of the wording and categories aren't going to be totally new. The weight of some of the categories and an expansion of some of the categories is what's significant. So I'm going to walk you through it. So there's 4 categories: inquiry, practice, experimentation, and revision, abbreviated here as PER, and materials, process, ideas, and abbreviated as MPI, and 2D skills. That's just your use of the principles of design. So let's start off with inquiry. This is almost entirely your idea, meaning do you have an essential question that you're investigating? Can you clearly write about it? And does the work that you show demonstrate that? So I think the biggest hurdle for you at this stage is having a profound, essential question that you're investigating and that you're actually truly investigating it. You've not just identified a topic that you're doing pictures of. You've got a question, a genuine question that you don't know the answer to, and you're trying to experiment and explore potential answers to that, not just taking pictures that relate to it. That's inquiry. That's 20% of your grade. The next one, practice, experimentation, and revision. This is one you can't plan, but it's a larger percentage. It's 30%. This I don't know that I need to explain too much because it's, are you experimenting? Are you succeeding? Are you failing? Equally importantly, if you are always successful each week, that's kind of not good. You need to not necessarily fail, but you should be experimental enough that you don't know that you're going to be successful. Great if you are, but kind of better if you're not 100% successful, because then that allows you to adapt, revise, try something else, revise your practice, and your work should kind of evolve as it goes along. Again, 30%. Also 30%, so another one that's emphasized here is materials, process, and ideas. This very much relates to your inquiry, and this is something that we've done before, but what you need is a clear, purposeful decision on what your process was, whether that be setting it up, lighting, taking it, editing it, and the materials. That's a lot of different things. That's the digital editing program, Photoshop, that's your camera, that's your particular light that you used, that's the objects that you used, that's how you arranged them, that's just everything that went into creating the image should have been done for a reason. And everything that you did should have been done for a reason. And it should all tie to the idea or the inquiry. 30% that. So just being thoughtful, being purposeful, that's what this is about. More than being successful, being purposeful. And finally, this one's straightforward. 2D design skill. Did you show a principle of design? If we look at category, a score of 3, and I know that's a little confusing. Each of these is technically scored out of 3, each of the categories. And then it says how many points you get for each. I know. Again, I don't really want you to worry about all the scoring so much because it is more complicated than we have been doing. Just understand these are the categories and how they're emphasized. But I did want to just point out the wording. Visual evidence of good and advanced 2D design skill. So it's not just that you have a principle, that there's clear evidence to someone who has never met you, hasn't been working aside you all trimester, there's clear evidence to that person that you understand the principles of design and we're going for a specific thing. So this is basically how all of our work will be scored. All of our sustained investigation work will be scored for the remainder of the course. There'll be a couple other auxiliary and revision projects that we'll do that'll be probably more like the other rubric. You know, the good and the bad thing about this rubric is because we have a category that's about revision and an inquiry that covers a broader topic, it's hard to apply this to an individual photo. I'll be applying it to your two photos each week, but there will be other times when we look at your portfolio, both in progress and finished, where we're looking at all your work together, because that really is how this rubric is designed to be used, and that's how the College Board's rubric is designed to be used on a broader portfolio. All right, well, hopefully you've got your first sustained investigations turned in. Today, if we pop on over to Canvas, it looks like you're watching this video, you're critiquing, as in making a comment on at least one of everyone's photos that they've submitted. Again, those should be constructive, not only for the photo that you're commenting on, but knowing that this person's going to be continuing this series so you can speak to the future. And if you haven't submitted your work, you need that submitted with the traditional artist statement. Those will eventually change, but not yet. I'll be making a video critiquing the submitted sustained investigation work here in the next day or two that you'll watch. I believe Tuesday you are off for PSAT or continuing to work. You know, I think based on the video and the feedback that you're going to get from your peers and me, you're going to want to do some revision to the sustained investigation one. That was my intention, in fact, and you are very welcome to do that and resubmit it and improve your grade. Otherwise, email me if you have questions or need things graded. Just make sure that you have everything submitted correctly if that is the case. All right, thank you.